we undertook this development somewhere in the month of March, and we have undertaken various animal studies in 4 different animals. Actually, we did the study mice, rat, guinea pig, and rabbit, and we found very good immunogenic response. And also the in vitro virus neutralization assay was done, and we found that the serum was able to neutralize all the viruses. Based on that, we did a detailed toxicity study, 28-day toxicity in 2 different animal species, and we have found that the vaccine was safe and also was giving a very good immunogenic response. So now that after that we have applied for a clinical study, we got approval for phase 1-2 combined clinical study, and the study will start very soon. We expect that based on the animal data that we are very encouraged to start this clinical study. Based on the clinical study data, we will decide and move forward. We expect that the trial should be completed in about 3 months' time from now.
Okay, so now the clinical studies, these will be human trials, right? And these are for 1,000 people initially. Can you explain to us, Mr. Patel, how this would work, and is this enough of a sample size? Do we have enough time to know correctly and accurately whether the vaccine works?
So what will happen is, as a result, when we do this clinical study, these 1,000 people will be administered 1 or more dose of vaccine, and the immune response will be measured, and also the sera will be subjected to virus neutralization assay to find out whether the immune response also is acting on the coronavirus. So that will tell us that yes, the vaccine is working and is able to neutralize the virus. The next step, of course, we will have to see how long this antibody remains in the body, and that would decide about long-term efficacy of that. But I think the first phase 2 will clearly tell us about the safety of the vaccine and also efficacy of the vaccine. For duration, one would need a longer clinical study.
Sure.
I can't hear you.
I just want a word from you on, of course, the other news today is ICMR. So ICMR partnering with biotech and launching its own initial phases of clinical trials, the efficacy of which, those results of which are to be released by August 15th. Meanwhile, there are a number of candidates in India and across the world. I just want an overview from you on this sort of race to the vaccine which has begun, and what are the most important aspects of ensuring that at the end of it we have a vaccine which works and which is available at a reasonable price to a large population. How confident are you that India will be ahead in that race, which is a global one?
So I don't think it's a race. Everybody is putting their best effort to make vaccine available, because everybody in the world is suffering today and they need something really very badly. So I think it's not a race, but there is definitely a need to really rush for making a vaccine available. So India has a large capacity and also capability of producing vaccine for a very long time. And we have been fulfilling the world requirement of vaccine for a long time. Second is, of course, India always had shown a cost advantage compared to any other player, and that's why we are the major supplier of vaccine in the world. So I'm clearly seeing that whoever gets the vaccine first, that's not important, but India will definitely provide vaccine to the world as we move forward.
What is the kind of timeline and ballpark cost that you see for the vaccine that you are working on, Mr. Patel?
So, as I mentioned to you earlier, we will complete our phase 1 and 2 study, which will tell us efficacy and safety of the vaccine and also the dosage what is required. Based on that, we will make our submission to the DCGI, and for other regulators.